Morning, all. All right, so starting off today with something different. I'm going to talk about the career of Mark Johnson. Mark Johnson was part of the Miracle on Ice team in 1980, playing for Team USA. And so he's part of a really famous team. Drafted 66th overall in 1977 by the Pittsburgh Penguins. And once he was done with the Miracle on Ice, he would play for those Pittsburgh Penguins. In 79-80, plays 17 games, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. In the playoffs, he adds 2 goals, 2 assists for 4 points in 5 games. 80-81, still with Pittsburgh, 73 games, 10 goals, 23 assists, 33 points. In the playoffs, he adds 2 goals and an assist for 3 points in 5 games. So, as I've mentioned before, 80-81 is where I get into watching hockey regularly. At this point, Mark Johnson, not really known to me, but 81-82, that would change a bit. 46 games played with Pittsburgh, 10 goals, 11 assists, 21 points. And March the 2nd, he is traded to the Minnesota North Stars in exchange for a 1982 second-round pick. I'm a North Stars fan. So, 10 games with the North Stars, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points after the trade, and 2 goals in 4 games in the playoffs. And I guess Minnesota decided to make another move in that Mark Johnson wasn't part of their long-term picture. October 1st, he is traded to the Hartford Whalers with Kent Eric Anderson in exchange for a 1984 fifth-round pick and Jordy Douglas. So this is a trade that Hartford wins by a lot. And that's not something that gets said a lot about Hartford during their time in the National Hockey League. 82-83, right after that trade, October 1st, he makes his debut with Hartford. 73 games, 31 goals, 36 assists, 69 points. So kind of out of nowhere, he ends up being a 30-goal scorer, and yeah, it just, works out really well for him going to Hartford. 83-84, he has a career year, 79 games, 35 goals, 52 assists, 87 points. Played in the All-Star game that year as well. So that's his All-Star game appearance. Had to be pretty cool, especially considering how things had started out in Pittsburgh. And, of course, Minnesota. He wasn't there for very long. But, yeah, it was working out in Hartford. 84-85. He's putting up decent point totals. 49 games, 19 goals, 28 assists, 47 points. But he's traded again. February 21st, he was traded with Greg Millen in exchange for Mike Liut and Jorgen Pettersson. So I've done a video on Liut. I've done a video on Millen. The only one of those 4 in that trade that I haven't done a video on now is Jorgen Pettersson. So he goes to the St. Louis Blues, plays 17 games after the trade, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. So his points totals drop off. 3 games in the playoffs, just the 1 assist. So it doesn't work out very well for him in St. Louis, very similar to in Minnesota. So September 19th, he is traded to the New Jersey Devils for a 1986 fifth-round pick and Sean Evans. And all I kept thinking at this point was, why is he getting traded all the time? But 85-86, 80 games played with the New Jersey Devils. This is the only time in his career he'd play the full 80-game schedule. 21 goals, 41 assists, 62 points. He's a point producer. He's a point-producing center. And it's not about being a prime... I've talked about this before. Players that are my favorites are not very often the guy who's the big star forward, right? It's 86-87, 68 games played with New Jersey, 25 goals, 26 assists, 51 points. The Devils are at this stage starting to build some level of respect around the league, right? They're coming out of an era where they were just a joke, really. New Jersey was terrible. So 87-88, he only plays 54 regular season games that year, and just the 14 goals, 19 assists, 33 points. But New Jersey makes the playoffs, and Mark Johnson is a big part of a run they go on. So Sean Burke was really the catalyst behind that. But up front, in 18 games, Mark Johnson records 10 goals, 8 assists, 18 points. Solid numbers all around. 88-89, he only played 40 games that season, but he was very productive. 13 goals, 25 assists, 38 points. 89-90, 63 games, 16 goals, 29 assists, 45 points. Into playoff games, no points recorded. So his NHL career comes to an end there. He would finish his professional career in Europe. 669 games played, 203 goals, 305 assists, 508 points. Again, by a points per game standard, he was good. In the playoffs, he had 16 goals, 12 assists for 28 points in 37 games. And he would come out of retirement in 1998 to help Team USA retain its position in the World Championships Pool A. So they were in danger of being relegated and he phoned the Broughton brothers and said, let's do something for the U.S. So even though he had retired in 1992, he came out of retirement in 1998 to play a couple of games at the World Championships to help the U.S. out. So I think that says a lot about his character right there. Now, 1980, he gets the Olympic gold for Miracle on Ice. 2010, as the coach for the women's U.S. team, silver medal there for him. He's been the coach of Wisconsin-Madison women's ice hockey for a long time. And the University of Wisconsin, clearly the Badgers love having him as the coach. 7-time national champion, 8-time WCHA regular season champion, 8-time WCHA tournament champion, and 4-time ACHA coach of the year. And the Badgers won in 2006, 2007, 2009, 2011, 2019, 2021, and 2023. This year they won with a 1-0 win over Ohio State. So part of the reason I thought to do this video is because he was mentioned on a TNT broadcast this week. They were talking about the Frozen Four. And I thought, well, this is kind of a nice tie-in because he has the NCAA coaching experience. The University of Wisconsin retired his number 10 on February 9th of 2019. The U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame added him in 2004. Miracle on Ice team and all that, right? His record as a coach at University of Wisconsin with the women's program, 594, 113, and 53. So an 816 points percentage for the team that he's been coaching. So that's excellent. Last I checked, that's an excellent record. So apparently he's a pretty darn good coach, and he was a pretty good player. So I thought, should make for a pretty good video on a guy's career. There you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.